What led to the fall of the Berlin Wall? To answer this question, we need to delve into the origins of the wall itself. In 1961, the German Democratic Republic, or what we know as East Germany, erected the Berlin Wall. Their aim? To stem the tide of East Germans flowing into West Germany. The wall became a physical and ideological barrier, splitting the vibrant city of Berlin in two during the peak of the Cold War. The Berlin Wall, a symbol of division, stood tall and unyielding for nearly 3 decades. But nothing lasts forever. A combination of economic challenges, political pressures, and a yearning for freedom set the stage for the wall's eventual downfall. In the late 1980s, the German Democratic Republic, known as East Germany, was in a state of turmoil. Economic struggles were rife, with a system strained by inefficiencies and a lack of innovation. Politically, the state was under pressure, both internally and externally. Internally, the East German people were growing restless. They yearned for change, inspired by the winds of reform blowing from the east. Mikhail Gorbachev, the leader of the Soviet Union, had introduced policies of openness and restructuring, known as glasnost and perestroika. These reforms sparked a beacon of hope for East Germans, who began to demand similar changes in their own country. Throughout 1989, peaceful protests and demonstrations swept across East Germany. The people, armed with their voices and their will, called for democratic reforms and greater freedoms. These peaceful protests were a testament to the spirit of the East German people, their resilience, and their longing for change. Meanwhile, the opening of the Hungarian border with Austria in the summer of 1989 presented a new opportunity. East Germans began to travel to the west through Hungary, sparking a mass migration and further destabilizing the East German state. As the year 1989 progressed, the calls for freedom became too loud to ignore, leading to a press conference that would change history. On the evening of November 9, 1989, a seemingly ordinary press conference became the spark that lit the fuse. As the world watched, East German government spokesman Günter Schabowski shuffled his papers and made a historic error. In response to a journalist's question, he announced that East Germans could travel to the west immediately. The statement was meant for the next day, but the words were out, and there was no taking them back. The news spread like wildfire, and soon throngs of people were gathering at the Berlin Wall crossings. The air was electric, filled with a mix of disbelief and anticipation. The border guards, caught off guard by the announcement, were unsure of what to do. Should they let the people cross? Should they hold their ground? The orders from above were unclear. In the midst of growing chaos, the guards made a decision. Faced with the tidal wave of hopeful faces, they chose humanity over orders. The checkpoints were opened, and a flood of East Berliners poured into West Berlin. The Iron Curtain that had once seemed so impenetrable was now just a memory. People embraced, cried, and celebrated. The wall that had stood as a symbol of division and oppression for 28 years was now a symbol of unity and freedom. The world watched in awe as history was being rewritten before their very eyes. In the face of overwhelming crowds and uncertainty, the Berlin Wall, a symbol of division for nearly 3 decades, finally came crashing down. The fall of the Berlin Wall marked not just the end of an era, but the beginning of a new one. Joyous celebrations echoed across the city as Berliners from both sides reunited. The wall's collapse paved the way for the reunification of Germany, symbolically ending the Cold War. Today, remnants of the Berlin Wall serve as poignant reminders of past divisions and the enduring power of unity. The fall of the Berlin Wall stands as a testament to the human spirit's longing for freedom and unity, a moment etched in the annals of history.